niggas better see a nigga roll. Starch down and I'm rolling on, made it four. Swing and swing and swing to the beat. Pop my trunk and swing and swing and swing to the beat. Pop my trunk and swing and swing and swing to the beat. Pop my trunk and swing and swing.
Pop your trunk, ladies and gentlemen. This been the Punkery Show.
Swing a slab, lean to the left. Pop my trunk and show what I'm about. So Houston, Texas, gotta be filled. I'm a bit, so it's automatic when I be swinging my wide frame. 4 foes to 24s, I'm subject to glide. Made like a pill without the.
It's Rashawn here, obviously, your boy, your Yurop boy, Hendrick. He's, you know.
Try to knock us, cause these diamonds got boppers trying to jock us. We the best, and what we gon' be at these.
As I say every time, we gotta prepare for 2 shows, one without him and one with him. You know what I mean?
Can picture me rolling, and for them jackers they can fly, just picture what I be holding. Them hollow points.
If he's here, it's basically
A few of them I had you.
sprinkles on top or some shit. If it ain't, then that's where the real work comes in.
Everything, I'm screwed up thinking till it's over, nigga. Fresh off the chain, beat the slang.
Swing and swing and swing to the beat. Pop my trunk and swing and swing.
There are bitches talking, by the way. There are bitches talking, saying there's gonna be technical difficulties at the start of the show.
I'm a swing and a
Where you at, pussy?
to the left. Pop my trunk for a fat pat's death.
Better swing to the left. I don't see y'all pussies talking, huh? Y'all was talking about how there was gonna be a lot of technical difficulties, huh? I don't see y'all. Where are y'all? Y'all ain't talking. Y'all ain't talking. Addict in game says that I need a new co-host, a more reliable one. I'll tell you, the 123 Gnag has been telling me that for the past 2 years. 3 years, maybe. They've been telling me since 2023. That's 2022, even, is how long the 123 Gnag's been telling me that I need a new co-host. At this point, might be true. It might be true. I think it's a new year. It's 2026, huh? The year of our Lord. I think it may be time to put out some applications for the newest co-host of the Punkery, huh? I think we need that. It's funny because we've had a Yurop main co-host of this show since forever. Every single main co-host of this show has been Yurop. Is it time to make a change, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. Sir Woofy says that this is not the regular Punkery because the real Punkery has technical difficulties, and no technical difficulties equals no Hendrick. Coincidence? No, I don't know about that, man. It just is what it is. So anyway, I saw that there was a big meme at the beginning of the day today. I guess there was some very mini updates that came on, and the server itself had technical difficulties, folks. Because I heard that the interiors were locked. What went on with that one, huh? I think somebody put a screenshot earlier today of trying to get inside the, I was gonna say Four Dragons Casino, the Diamond Casino and Resort, and they couldn't get in. What happened there, ladies and gentlemen? Did the doors get turned off? Or is there something with the Gabs that happened? As you all know, I hate Gabs so much. When your boy used to mess with Rockstar Editor videos all the time, Gabs used to get in the way of me finishing those videos or making those videos easy to make. What happened there, ladies and gentlemen? All right, Sanderson just alerted Jinasuk and Alex. I'm curious, huh? What happened with the interiors to make them not enterable? Mm, is this some kind of thing to tease version 5.8 or something? Is there a big update that's coming on, of which somebody accidentally put the update into production and it caused the doors to be locked? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I don't think the devs are giving us the transparency that we need. What made the doors get locked and all that shit? Shout out as Attic gets taken down by the hand of God. Might need to be more religious or some shit, you know what I mean? Crunky in game says, yo, dogs. Yes. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. 11 people on the server right now. Listing off the roster. Sir Woofy said that I don't count, but you got myself. You got a few people with the dog and ag. Sir Woofy, Addict, Ray, Zypher, No Gamera, Darky EST, Method Cop, Mix, Jinasuk, and Crunky. There's so many dog players online, as Crunky said. Don't even have to use /gum group message. So it is what it is there. But bottom line there is the devs are hiding something from us, huh? The interiors weren't enterable this morning. That might be signaling a big update to come, ladies and gentlemen. So last week we touched on this a little bit. It's 2026. It's a new year, and with new years come people wanting to give people amnesty. They want people to have a fresh slate for the new year, and they want to see their old amigos in the past who have since gotten that ass banned for certain things. You know what I mean? I've got a list of players, some of them we've talked about last week, that will go through and say, what do they need to do in order to get back on either the Discord or in-game? And I see we've got some candidates already in-game. Addict is saying free Dino King. And Sir Woofy says free Addict, ban Addict first, but then free Addict. Well, let me just let me get the pen out, folks. Because when the pen comes out, you know it's serious. Because in 2026, I'm not saying that people are going to be freed in 2026, but if people would be freed, what would they need to do in order to get freed? Now, the first one, as letting shit players come back. GG. Yeah, hey, I ain't saying that they are gonna come back, but we gotta be like, what do they have to do in order to have people give or have trust with those players to come back? Sanderson says, after demoting and killing the server with the 1-2-3 Ganag purge. That's a holiday, I think. It was it's like the Bay of Pigs or D-Day. That day is basically the 1-2-3 Ganag purge right there. Things changed when the 1-2-3 Ganag was purged. I still remember outside of City Hall. The 1-2-3 Ganag gathered outside of City Hall that day. In what year was it? 2020. I think it was 2024. They had their last hurrah after, I don't remember who got banned. I think it was Sampila maybe. And they had their last hurrah in front of City Hall. I remember it like it was yesterday, even though I don't. But first off, as Addict said in game, is Cobb. What does the Cobb Ganag need to do in order to be injected with trust to be able to come back on the server? Now, For those that remember, as far as I remember, they got that ass banned because of cybersecurity. Can't spell. I had a word here. Cybersecurity irresponsibility. All right. They allegedly got something that had information of Crazy Bob's players and their passwords and shit, and allegedly some people use the same passwords that they did in Crazy Bob's as they did here, and somebody got victimized. Somebody got their account logged into by a Cobb Ganag member, and I think at that point the last straw was set on fire, and all of Cobb got that ass banned. So this seemed to be the last straw of why they got their ass banned, and that includes, Dino King, what's his name? Urinipedes, Slim. I'm forgetting all these names. But what do they have to do in order to give the trust back? Well, first of all, what I was told when the account was logged into was, hey, we didn't take no money. We didn't steal any money. We didn't zero the accounts. We didn't do anything. All we did was just log in. All right, that's all we did. So we shouldn't get no reprimand or no problem or no nothing from it. But you got to admit, ladies and gentlemen, all right? You got to admit when you do a wrong. And there's a lot of power in having a password database of people's accounts or some shit. You know what I mean? But it takes a real, I was going to say it takes a real man, but it takes a real person to have that discipline to not, or to have all of this information and not act on it and not be an asshole. You know what I mean? So you got to admit this guilt. All right. That's number one. Another thing that they seem to do, have done, was soon after the ban, they evaded the ban and went after a few dudes. So they went after Pawner. They, I guess, bought a new GTA 5 or some shit. They went after Pawner. They went after Assassin and got the DMs on, And at that point, again, the Cobb and I got to come together and be like, we apologize, all right? And apologize is apologize with two P's. This is on purpose. You got to apologize. You know what I mean? That you did all this nonsense, right? You got to say that it ain't about to happen again. We'll say and do some dumb shit in game, but we're not going to do this crazy shit. You know what I mean? Sanderson says, when did common sense become rare? Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like it's always been rare, but I think some people, they want to go out with a bang. They want to be remembered, even if it's in the context of a video game. You know what I mean? They want to be known as that guy who did that controversial thing. You know what I mean? So I'm not really sure. I don't know when Addict said 2016 is when common sense became rare. Oh, I see. I know why he said 2016, because that's the year that Trump got elected. Is that why? Jesus. But yeah. Either way, Cobb needs to come out, condemn the bad things that they did, apologize to the dudes that they DM'd, including Pawner and Assassin, and then maybe at some point they can come back on the server. So I think Miss was the one who asked last week if Cobb is going to get let back on the server. I think it's a bit too early because there's a fine line between saying and doing dumb shit in Discord and in game. But when we start getting into cybersecurity problems, I don't think that this can be overlooked. You know what I mean? That's why we had that show a few months ago to remind you all to have multi-factor authentication in your CFX.re accounts, your 5M accounts, and all of that. You know what I mean? So you gotta make sure. Sanderson said that dude's president will be kidnapped next. Who, are we talking about, Trump? Or talking about somebody else? Next person who we need to see if they're gonna get amnesty is David. Oh, my bad. Oh, the person that made the 2016 comment. Well, Addict Prime Minister is a guy named Dick Schoof. Dick Schoof is the Netherlands Prime Minister. So, you know, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's hard to take a statement seriously from someone whose prime minister's name is Dick Schoof. I don't know what the fuck that even is, bro. Who the fuck is Dick Schoof? We gotta see his politics at the end of the show. Yeah, at the end of the show, we're gonna see what kind of politics that Dick Schoof has and why his name is Dick Schoof. What kind of shit is this, bro? I tell you, man, imagine having a prime minister whose name is Dick Schoof. Jesus. Either way, so the next guy, it's Dick's politics. Don't you get it? Crunky says. Hey, well, yeah. Listen, man, I was gonna say something stupid. Let's move on from that one. So David. Speaking of Dick Schoof, Butthead just joined. That's his prime minister too. But next is David. So David, some months ago, he got that ass banned. Anthony Weiner, that's the guy that's had an affair, right? And he had an affair. But David, he got that ass banned for allegedly having aimbot. So, or I guess the AC got him for aimbot. He went from being the Megatron to Catron, the Arison type guy for the Crazy Vibes players out there, the guy that would go around, just mess around as a felon, fuck around with the cops, to all of a sudden having godlike aim. And he said that he got the godlike aim from playing on Sasino. But David, as far as I see, he is the only person in NG history to have gotten banned in-game by way of AC, but has not gotten banned from the Discord. Now, I mean, of course, you know, your boy could have banned from the Discord, but I find that very interesting, folks. You know, he has been convicted of a cheat, but that would usually mean that he'd get that ass banned from the Discord too, but he hasn't. Could that be something that gives him amnesty in 2026, huh? But David has since he has since not admitted to using the aimbot. We saw a few videos the week after he got that as banned to see whether he was actually cheating, but he has been banned since then. Could 2026 be the time? Does he need to admit, huh? Does he need to admit that he did use the cheats? Although it is difficult to admit that you did use the cheats after saying that you didn't. So it's kind of difficult, folks. And David may be the guy, or the guy, the only guy. Crunky asked, hold up, caught by anti-cheat or banned by an admin? Ah, shit. Hold on here. I always believed he had gotten banned by the AC here, but we do some forensic investigation right now, it seems, huh? Even though, if I search for this right now, I'm sure I'm not going to be able to find it, and even if I can, probably can't say shit, huh? I'm trying to see here what month he had gotten that ass banned in. It was in August. It feels like a lot earlier than that, though. I don't find the ban here. Pull the records, huh? Well, Sanderson, you know, of course I can't confirm nor deny what you just said to me there, huh? Butthead said, what does it matter to talk about cheaters when they get banned after 3 months? You pussies removed permabans on cheaters, right? Well, well, I guess the problem with that was the clause at the time was when you get banned for cheating, you're banned and you're banned forever. And then they got unbanned. I guess that was really the problem. You know what I mean? You know, Sanderson's trying to release the Epstein files right now, ladies and gentlemen. You know, your boy said that the AC banned David, but he's trying to release the Epstein files out here. You know what I mean? He says, "Bitch, I'm telling you, the AC don't really ban nobody. It was a human. It wasn't AI. It was a human banned David, not the AC. I mean, listen, I can't confirm nor deny. You know what I mean? The Epstein files need to be sealed back up. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Actually, here's what I'll do. All right, so I'll look up the Epstein file of the moment that David got that ass banned, and we'll probably come back next week and we'll probably pussyfoot around it again. But either way, shout out to David. That's all I can say. Maybe if he admits the cheat, he may come back. Who knows, man? Who knows? Next one. What is this? Content idea for next week's Punkery. No, definitely not. Never have any content idea. Absolutely not. Next one. We touched up on this before. Mr. Wick was the admin chimp is here. That's what the admin chimp. But Mr. Wick, so he had something going on some months ago. Was it about? It was some aimbot type thing as well, as far as I remember, huh? And he vehemently denied it, but it was a situation of which I can't remember right now, where it kind of is impossible. The way that the aimbot went, it was impossible to really put it off as a coincidence. You know what I mean? And Mr. Wick obviously defended his own honor, denied it. And I think this time he was banned by a human. So the AC, as far as I remember, the AC did not have. Butthead says he gives some breaking news here. He snitched on himself by modding an RPF file. You know, all I can say, folks, is that it's 2025 or 2026 or 2025 at the time. You probably should have just admitted it. You know what I mean? You know, if Homeboy, or even if it was David too, if Homeboy said, shit, bro, I was on a different server, they allow editing files and shit like that, and then came on this server and forgot to re-edit those files, then I think people would have been fine with that excuse. But when you come out and try to cover your ass way too much, stuff like that happens. So, Mr. Wick, again, just like the rest of these dudes, may have to admit their fault. Next one, though, this one is not cheating. It's not cheating. It's Vinny. If y'all remember this Vinny guy from a couple of years ago, obviously there was an era in NG which kind of feels like the Iranian Ayatollah for some people. Assassin had like a rain, R-E-I-G-N, rain type effect on a lot of people, and there were some people rebelling. Vinny was one of those dudes who was protesting on the streets of Iran, the streets of Iran being NG, and he was doing some interesting things. You know what I mean? You might as well add S44 EMX in this shit in the same breath. They were both the Iranian protesters trying to take down the Ayatollah feeling of Assassin back when he was an admin. And they did some interesting things, you know what I mean? It's... help. Butthead says they did God's work, but, you know, they crossed the real-life barrier. Oops. They crossed the real-life barrier, you know what I mean? And the real-life barrier is when the game no longer is a game, you know what I mean? They did some interesting things trying to dig into, you know, the real day-to-day, if you will, of Assassin, you know what I mean? And you know, they exposed some stuff, you know, and just like the Cobb situation, it's one thing to talk shit about the, talk shit to people about the game, about what they're doing on the game, they're being the Ayatollah. But once we start crossing into the real life barrier, that's where shit gets serious. So they both had gotten that ass banned for that. And just like the theme with the rest of these, they all got to sit at the round table, you know what I mean? And maybe it may have to be an eye for an eye. Vinny might have to post a picture of himself or some shit. S44 EMX may have to post a picture of himself, right? So that they all know what each other looks like, and they're all even, you know? I mean, S44 EMX played with an 800 by 600 screen, so he probably has like a phone from 2015. But it would still fix the situation, you know what I mean? All I can say, folks, is never cross the real life barrier, right? Keep it civil. Next one here is only from Discord. It's Aka. So, as we said before, folks, so Aka had been unbanned from in-game sometime early last year, I think, or some shit, but gets banned from Discord all the fucking time. As I said before, the only way that Aka should become or get back on the Discord is if can't spell. If Aka takes a psychiatric evaluation. Let's make this 2 words, huh? Only if Aka can take, still can't fucking spell, a psychiatric evaluation. That is what needs to be given in order for Aka to become or get back on the Discord. Takes or passes. Oh, passes, yes. Passes. Yeah. Anka has to pass a psychiatric evaluation in order to come back to the Discord. That is really the only way. Because as we've seen before, the alcohol takes over the postage of Ankoal in the Discord, and then obviously gets that ass banned every single time. So number one obviously needs a psychiatric evaluation and needs to go into rehab to stop drinking this goddamn alcohol. Last person I have on the list here is Yeet. There was somebody a few weeks ago saying, when is Yeet gonna come back on the server? Well, as we all know, actually, I don't actually remember why Yeet got that ass banned, but the biggest thing to remember from Yeet was that he had a picture, an in-game picture of Luna, and printed it out, right? And printed the picture out. And he had went to the toilet and he did his thing. Sir Wolfie said, too bad Rashawn is a noob and didn't get that on camera. Well, he recorded it. He recorded it. There is a video out there of Yeet doing his business on a printed picture of Luna. What's bad about that? You know, I don't know, man. It's not good. That's all I can say about that. It's not good. So, what Yeet to be sentenced, or what Yeet needs to be sentenced to, is he needs to have a playing session. A playing session with Luna in order to come back on the server. And the session has to be 3 hours. All right? Sensitivity training is what that is called. All right? And if Yeet can play with Luna for 3 hours, then he should be allowed back on the server. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Marquee Rain. What's on? The Marquee Rain. What is this? Huh? Oh. Okay, well, Sir Woofy is telling me right now that there is a Marquee Rain going on in Legion Square. Although I just went there, I don't see shit. Although I saw marquees being spawned like a few minutes ago. But there it is, folks. That is the Unban Christmas wish list that I have over here. All 7 players, what they have to do in order to get that ass unbanned, or 7 entities to get that ass banned from in-game. Nice job, Sir Woofy, huh? Legion Square always has all the crazy shit going on, and marquees were put everywhere. It's too bad. It's too bad that they didn't blow up and everyone didn't die at Legion Square. This bullshit, you know what I mean? Before the show started, Addict was talking about how there was supposed to be an event coming up here. Is there an event going on? Is there an event coming? Or is Abdel rearing his head around to give events around here? Because, you know, we know about Abdel, folks. All right. Whenever somebody talks about events, Abdel's always there. Cat in heat. Cat in heat. Last week he was big on talking shit about the USA. He comes in and says, fuck the USA. Put some respect on it. Butthead says, Abdel is too busy milking the goats. Damn, bro. Oh, come on, man. Put some respect on Abdel, man. Abdel has the creative genius to give us events on the server. All he needs to do is, or all he needs is an admin. You know what I mean? All he needs is an admin. And if an admin can come up and make his dreams come true. He'll win the CNR award for biggest event maker of 2026. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Crunky in Game says Jinisuke is hosting the NG Call of Duty Search and Destroy Mission Special Ops versus Criminals NG Esports RMSD Special new 2026 after the Punkery show. That sounds like exactly what Abdel would say. You know, Abdel has these acronyms that no one knows what they are. I don't know what is RMSD, but that is some Abdel shit right there, man. What kind of shit is this? There's a guy who's new to the Discord right now named Ulises, but we need to screen him to see if he's a COD member. We've had issues over the past couple months where COD members have come into the Discord and hey. So watch out for Ulises, ladies and gentlemen. That could be a COD member. Don't accuse him, all right? Just naturally take what his personality might be. And Jinisuke says that RMSD means rate my small deek. Jesus Christ, man. That is a Jesus Christ type moment right there, man. Butthead says all new members joining are COD members only. She might be right, man. You could be right. It's little it's just like that time in the Crazy Bob's era where there really were no new players. No new players. And everybody coming in was just a multi-account. Or an unregistered name or some shit, you know what I mean? So watch out for Ulises, man. That guy may be a COD member. You see, back in my day, we used to have Mumble, not Discord. And in Mumble, if you're an admin in a Mumble server, you could actually see the IP of the person joining. And maybe Discord should not have that, but you could readily see what part of the world they're from, and you could figure out whether or not they're a COD member or not, but it seems not these days. So, hold on here, let me just show the screen up. Sanderson asked, did I see that we got the Prime Minister of Greenland? Hey, there it is. There it is. That's why Chuppy said, fuck the USA. Because America's going in and taking up prime ministers out here, huh? We got the Prime Minister of Venezuela, or President, whatever the fuck they call him. And we got the Snowman PM of Greenland. Shout out to America, man. Shout out to America. That's all that can be said, man. Shout out to America. Who the fuck? So anyway, that's the NG shit that I have, ladies and gentlemen. All right, unless you want to weekly, I think. So before the show, I was looking at the 5M list, and I was comparing to see who had more players between Busted and Sasino, and I saw Sasino had more players. So it seems that they're going back and forth with who has the players in the CNR sphere. You know what I mean? Last week, Busted had more players. This week, Sasino does. So they're going back and forth, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, that's the NG portion of the show, huh? Fuck do y'all want to talk about, huh? Sanderson talking about the PM of Greenland that we have in our midst, right? I see Chuppy's not very happy about America trying to get Greenland or some shit. Jinusuk says, rename the server to Busted US 2. Number 2. Well, speaking of Busted, actually, so last week we were talking about how it's going to cost money in order to get the server back to the European Union, to be hosted back in the European Union. And I think that we've realized that the server probably should be in the European Union. So the server needs donations, ladies and gentlemen, in order to migrate back to the Europe Union. All right. If you go on cnr.ng/donates, then you can donate the money needed in order to get the server back to the Yurop Union, because as we can see, your boy has the best ping on the server, right? Because we have internet fiber and all that shit, as Abdel probably would say. But everyone else has ping over 100. Their ping is higher than 100. Right? I'm not sure what Crunky's downloading right here. 371 ping. But the only people on the server with less than 100 ping are me and EJ. So it seems that the server needs to get that ass back into Yurop. Crunky says he is updating. Does that mean you're updating your graphics card drivers? Is that what you're doing, huh? Don't do that. Evan said to roll back to the one that actually works. So, yeah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? If NG will be off for even one day in case shit goes wrong, and it's the law. Well, listen, I mean, however many days it takes, the server apparently needs to go back to Yurop. So for those Yurops that love the server being in Yurop, you're gonna have to put your money where your mouth is and get it back. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. At some point, the server is going to go back to Yurop. Tank says the server owner should do an OnlyFans to get the money up then. Hey, man, I mean, it's 2026. You know, we're all about sexual freedom out here. You know what I mean? You know, your boy, you know, for all the dudes out there, what is this? Sirulfi said that Rashawn will post feet pics. No thanks, man. No thanks. But I don't know, man. So who on the server, by the way, is gonna be our OnlyFans representative, right? Who's gonna be the one to take pictures of themselves and brand it as the NG OnlyFans? I know who's gonna do it. It is gonna be Candy Ace, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Candy Ace is going to be our NG OnlyFans representative. All right. Addict says Beavis. Well, Beavis can probably do it too, but I think the 1A or the 1 is gonna be Candy Ace. So can someone reach out to Candy Ace and say that NG is going to create an OnlyFans in order to get the server back on the European Union, and we need him to be the guy to get us there. We need to make sure that Candy Ace gets paid a good wage for being this OnlyFans representative. You know what I mean? So everyone's happy, right? The server can move to Europe, and Candy Ace can get more money to buy Valium or whatever the fuck he gets. You know what I mean? That's the only way to get the server back to Europe. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. It be what it be. It would be Candy Ace's first job in history, correct? That's right. Because people like Dick Schoof, the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, allows Candy Ace to live off of Dutch welfare. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so that's what it be. So anyway, that's it. But before we finish here, I just want to take a look, right? Because Europeans love to talk about American politics, right? So now we're going to highlight some of the European leaders, all right? and we need to give some awareness to some of these European leaders out here, ladies and gentlemen. And early on in the show, we talked about how America, the common sense for America went away in 2016 when Trump was put in the White House the first time. But now we have to put some awareness on the other Europe countries and their politics. And this is the Prime Minister right here of the Netherlands. Now, I know that no one knows who this is because who gives a damn about politics in the Netherlands or anywhere in Europe, but this guy is named Dick Schoof, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and look what his real name is. I think this might be the reason why that Hendrik only comes on this show once a month, is because this is who Hendrik is, ladies and gentlemen. We have finally cracked the code. Hendrik is Dick Schoof. As you can see here, his name is Hendrikus Wilhelmus Maria Dick Schoof. This is Hendrik, ladies and gentlemen. He has lied about being Finnish all of this time. Dick Schoof looks like Lorne Malvo from Fargo. All right, let's see who the fuck that is. Actually, hold on. We got bad memory. Lorne Malvo. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can see the hair, right? The hair is kind of similar, but I don't know, man. Dick Schoof has Dick Schoof has a different swag to him. You know what I mean? So this is how the people of the Netherlands elected, ladies and gentlemen, huh? And it's Hendrik, you know. So he's got a real influence here and in the Dutchland. You know what I mean? Hendrikus Dick Schoof. Jinasuk says, let's check out the Belgium Minister of Health. Well, I'm trying to remember. Wasn't the Minister of Health for America under Biden like some trans fat dude? Anyway. Hey! 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 All right, well. Maggie de Block. All right, well. Yeah, her face is, you know, pretty big, folks. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like someone drew her face on her head. You know what I mean? Hey, I mean, listen, this is a very healthy person. You know what I mean? She's, yeah, you know. Now, luckily, she got ousted or she left during COVID because, you know, yeah, you can't do this during COVID, obviously. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is not good. This is Sanderson said, just my type. Nah, man. This is definitely not my type. She needs to be on a type of treadmill or some shit, bro. So no, the answer is no when it comes to that, man. All right, so now we need to look at the Croatian. We need to look at the Croatian Prime Minister here, all right? Because I just want to see who that is. Now, a few years ago, Croatia had a very hot Prime Minister. I know that sounds disrespectful to say, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Now we need to see. Oh, it's this fucking dude. Look at his fucking name. Hold on here. Of course, we can't internet. Andrej Plenković is that what we're looking at? Hold on. Yeah, there you go. As American, I have no idea who this is, ladies and gentlemen, and I guess that makes sense, huh? What is this bullshit, bro? What is this bullshit? Does they have a deputy every fucking year or some shit? Or they have like 10 fucking deputies, bro? What is this bullshit? What is Croatian politics, bro? And my man has been in office since 2016? Nah, man, get his ass out of here, bro. What is this? See, America does it right, ladies and gentlemen. We have 4-year terms, man. There's no way that a man should be ruling for 10 years, bro. Hell no, man. What is this? Get his ass out of here, man. What are y'all Europs doing? 4-year terms, bro. Oh, this is the woman. Where'd she go? Bring her back, man. Where'd she go? Oh, I forgot. This is one of those countries that have a prime minister and a president, huh? Whatever the fuck that means. I mean, it feels just like yesterday that we, or I'm not saying we, but the Croatian people had her as the president, huh? Addict says we had Mark Rutte for 13 years. Who the fuck is that? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, y'all Europe's gotta fix it up, man. Who the fuck? Mark Rutte. Let me see. I'm learning stuff about Europe, ladies and gentlemen, huh? Oh, hell nah, bro. Hell nah. Nah, man. Y'all Europe's gotta do this shit a bit better, man. Prime Minister for almost 14 years? You kidding me, man? No, man. We need some new blood in this shit, bro. Y'all need some new blood in this shit, man. Ridiculous. 14 years for one person? Nah, man. New blood. Yeah, we need some new blood, bro. He's Secretary of NATO. Well, So if he says, how old is Trump? Well, listen, I can't control that, man. I can't control that. Let's see. Milo Dukanovic. Let's see. Take a look at this fucking dude. Okay, so look at this bullshit, bro. This bullshit. So 7 years, he takes 5 years off. 3 years, takes 2 years off. Almost 3 years, takes a year off, 2 years off. 4 more years, takes 2 years off, becomes president. How about that? I tell you, man. Y'all talk about America, man. I think Europe needs to get y'all shit fixed, man. One guy, prime minister or president for over 20 years, bro. Hell no, bro. There's no way. Sir Wolfie says new blood. Well, I understand Trump is fucking 80. All right, but at least in 2028, Trump's out of here. All right, unless you're one of those people that think that he's gonna break the amendment or some shit. But yeah, hopefully we get somebody who's below 55 years old. So that's what it'd be, man. That's what we're hoping. Bro says if I'm lucky, nah, man. We're sitting pretty, man. We're sitting pretty. We sitting pretty. If Trump breaks the amendment and stays in power, then it is what it is, cocksucker. Somebody will pull an Iran or some shit. It is what it is. Somebody will pull an Iran. All right. Speaking of Iran, shout out to Parsa. Parsa, he's played this server before. He is from Iran, and there's a lot of crazy shit going on in this country right now. And all I can say is pray for him. All right, pray for Parsa, pray for Iran, and hopefully the Ayatollah gets his ass out of here. You know what I mean? Whatever the fuck that means. But that's it. That's it. All I can say is, folks, is we finally cracked the code of why Hendrik is only here once a month. And that's because he is actually the Prime Minister of the Netherlands. Hendrikus Wilhelmus Maria Diek Schoof. And it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, we've done an hour. Sam is finished. We will come back, be back next week. And like I said before, for all the bitches who... I might... Mark Root. Before I searched him up, I saw I had searched him up before. He was already in my history, but I don't know why I searched him up before. But oh, actually, there's one more thing I wanted to say, but we're not gonna go there. I was gonna talk about NATO or some shit, but no, we're not gonna go there. Sir Luffy says, hopefully more prepared, Rashawn. No, I don't know about that. We need to pull content of a hat when it comes to this place, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Punkery Show. Sam is finished. And we will see you next time. This has been Rashawn. And dead is dead. Where of it?